8, and we hope this year to get back to 7. So there is macroeconomic stability in the country, a strong macroeconomic performance of the economy, but we need to do more. At the level of poverty that we are in, our economy needs to grow at more than 70% over 2 decades, probably to be able to get to middle income country by 2025. So in the housing, we said to the National Housing Corporation, the state can help, but you have got now to look for other sources of financing. Even if we said we can, we will not be able to do much. So now look for partnerships. Look for credit facilities. Wherever you can get affordable finance, do that so that you can perform the duties for which you were established to perform. Here we are in Singapore. The Director General of the National Housing Corporation has spoken very loudly and very clearly his intentions to work with the Singaporean business community. He has shown a number of programs and projects that they are now planning to undertake. But all these are plans. And somebody was telling us a plan without a budget is a draft. So all these are drafts for the National Housing Corporation. In order to become plans, they need partners. And here we are. I'm here to throw my weight behind the National Housing Corporation. To give you the assurance that it's an institution that we support, created by government, we support. Because they are doing something which is critical. We want people to live a decent life. And a decent life includes living in decent homes. And this is the work where the National Housing Corporation is championing. It's the lead institution. We have had problems in the past with the National Housing Corporation. We also had to undertake reforms. And those reforms also included reforming the management. We got Nehemiah. He has passion for housing. You know, in him, this is something that he has a lot of passion for. He was working with a bank, but when you talk to him, he talks about housing. So when we were looking for somebody to lead this institution, he said, I think this is the man. And he's really demonstrated a lot of commitment to the job. He loves it. And I think the first thing for success is you have to love the job. He gets job satisfaction. And because he gets that job satisfaction, that he has passion to see that things happen. Also, there's the minister. minister and I grew up together. She's one of the brilliant economists that the country has ever had. But in her last assignment globally was with UN Habitat. There was a time when I first became president, I wanted to bring her to government. She refused. I sent a message and she declined. So we're fine. Later, she volunteered to join politics. I encouraged her. I supported her. And after becoming a full-fledged politician, then I said, okay, fine. Now come back home. Take up, continue to do what you've been doing at the global level, but now do it at national level. She's now in charge of the housing docket, urban settlement, and housing, lands. It's one of those very tough ministries. Land itself is a problematic area. Housing is a big challenge. Urban development is a mammoth task. Because you are telling us that if you want to see a slum, we should give you a long notice in terms of time, so that you can create one for us. Our biggest challenge is how not to have slums in towns. But she's up to the job. She has risen to the challenge. I've been supporting her. So all that you see in the national housing, the ministry really has the support of the hand of the ministry, and I've given them the assurance that I'll continue to support them. I want them to succeed. But one of the things that I've made quite clear to them is that I want them to work with the private sector, local and international, to develop the housing sector in the country. And I told Nehemiah, I told the minister, whatever they think I can do to advance this cause, I will. So when they said, they have only one wish for me. While in Singapore, I should come here, join them for dinner, and pay for that dinner by speaking. I'm now paying for that dinner. But I want to give you the assurance that we want you to come and join hands with the National Housing Corporation in developing the housing industry in the country. Tanzania is a good and attractive business destination. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about that, because I've been asked to give a keynote address to a business forum. I'll do that, I'll talk about that at great length. But what does an investor need? Opportunity. The opportunities are there as Nehemiah has demonstrated to you. An investor needs an investor-friendly environment. It does exist in Tanzania as the residents, as just said. They've invested, they are happy, they're looking to expand in the country. You need political stability, because in other parts of the world you take it for granted, but for Africa it is a critical matter, because Africa has had the unfortunate experience of political instability. Fortunately for us, since independence 50 years ago, since the revolution in Zanzibar, next year is going to be 50 years again, there has been uninterrupted political stability. Security is assured. I'm not saying that if you walk the streets you may not be mad, but these are rare experiences. They are not like the experiences that you would have in some of the cities, even in the developed world. So it's not something that we are talking about. But if you walk into the dark corner somewhere, you may run into difficulties. But it's not something that we talk about. Not that those incidents don't happen. They do. Pickpockets are there. But it's not an issue that people talk about. Otherwise, we give you assurance of security. You want security of your money. Is my money safe? I can say emphatically that your money is safe, because you can take back your money. No restriction. It is your money. We don't have a hand in it. We don't put restrictions on it. What are the other assurances? In the event of a dispute, you are members of the multilateral investment guarantee agencies of the World Bank, MIGA. We are also part of the International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes. Well, of course, it all depends upon the contracts you're going on. In the event of arbitration, where you want it to happen. So, the opportunities abound, the environment friendly, but then, above all, there is strong political will from me and from my government to see us well. With partners all over the world to develop Tanzania, but on a win-win situation. You win, we win. Come on, come on. Welcome and work with the National Housing Corporation. Come and invest in Tanzania. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a sumptuous buffet dinner awaits.